Okay. So this is a bit of an interesting thing, huh? I was planning on resuming my normal streaming schedule this week. Well, rather, I had actually planned on resuming streaming sooner than I did, but life events kind of dogpiled me a little bit, so I didn't quite manage to get back onto that as soon as possible. However, we have a Nintendo Direct today. I am wearing my very lovely Breath of the Wild t-shirt today. You can probably guess what I am very excited for. But let me, I suppose, since there's no one else here right now, let me sort of rattle off a few thoughts that have been rolling around in my brain. In terms of possibilities for what we can expect to see, at least as far as the things that are particularly interesting to me, that sort of been sticking. Excuse me. I'm really, really hoping that we get to see a bit of. Oh, I just realized. Hang on, just. Hit that. Did that fix the? Did not fix this. Close that. Okay. Why is it doing that? That's strange. Hello, Freddy LeChance. Thank you for the follow. Something is going on with my. Why is it routing desktop audio back through? Oh well, I guess I can fix that later. So hopefully, things that we're hoping to see: potential new character for Smash. I mean, it's either going to be now or E3. I joked to my dear friend Mataru that it could be Dr. Eggman, which would be hilarious. But also, another possible candidate that popped into my mind was Girahim. Just in light of the fact that I've been playing Skyward Sword. Skyward Sword's been out on Switch, fairly recently, and it seems like a good possibility. So we'll see what happens with that. Now, in terms of other things that I'm excited about, there was a leak that I became aware of. I am very excited because I've always been a fan of this particular franchise, so very much looking forward to seeing what happens with that. Because there hasn't been. I'm just trying to think what the last game in that series was. Gosh. It's been a while since we've had sort of a main console, like home console entry in that series. The last was on the Wii U, which there was. God, that was some time ago now. And yeah, so I'm very much looking forward to what we have going on there potentially. Another potential one is, of course, Prime 4. Again, there's a good possibility that will get saved for. I said E3 before, didn't I? Did I say E3? Either way, the December video games event. Sorry, I'm a bit. I'm excited, and it's making me trip over myself a little bit. So, apologies for that. But I do think that we'll see potentially some Splatoon stuff, because that has been very, very thin on the ground, more so than the sequel to Breath of the Wild. As far as I'm aware, we've gotten 2 trailers for the sequel to Breath of the Wild and one, I think, only teaser of Splatoon. So there could definitely be some more stuff on that. And depending on how far along it is in development, we may even see a release date, say like a holiday release date for that one, because I can see that being a good it's not like a stocking stuffer because it is an expensive thing, but like just something that you can see everyone getting. So that's definitely something I'm expecting to see in some form or another. Let me think. What else? Oh gosh. Um. So. Oh. Oh. I had a list in my brain. I didn't write the list down. That was not smart. I said Metroid. Possibly hearing something on Bayonetta, maybe. I don't. There's a good chance we'll see some stuff on just basically anything Pokemon related, because odds are fairly high on that. It's a fairly perennial favorite for a lot of people. I myself have I wouldn't say I've exactly grown out of it. I've just played so many of the games uh, by this point that it's wearing a little thin. The Legends game is actually possibly the first one that sort of sparked any major interest for me, just purely because it seems to be genuinely something a little different. Let's Go was kind of I almost got invested into it, but I couldn't really get my teeth into it. Pokemon Go was actually not too bad for a while there, just as an incentive to get outside and look at a screen. But seriously though, type 1 diabetic, it held some interest to me in terms of a way of spicing up walks that could be potentially otherwise a bit dull if I was going somewhere I had to go, rather than sort of taking public transport or something like that. It gave me the opportunity to distract myself from the monotony of walking. If it's winter or something and it's raining, you don't really want to look around. You've got that as an option. I've derailed myself again. We're down to 4 minutes to, well, roughly, by my computer clock. So we are getting very, very close to the beginning. Oh my word. So also, I'm obviously, as I said, I'm hoping to get something. I mean, almost anything at this point for the Breath of the Wild sequel, because I am completely obsessed, and I'm completely obsessed, and I love a lot of the universe, and there's just so much potential for really, really interesting storytelling from what we've seen so far, and I cannot wait to get my teeth into it. There's also the possibility of some changes to the uh online service, so specifically the games that are available through that. Both Game Boy and N64 libraries have been sort of floated as possibilities for this. I would be very, very interested to see if they do end up going the Game Boy route, whether it's going to just be a single uh style slash generation of Game Boy, i.e., just the Game Boy and Game Boy Color, or if they're going to go for the whole Game Boy spectrum, right from the original Game Boy all the way through to the Game Boy Advance. I would be very interested in seeing if they do that. And, also, yeah, Smash DLC hype. And also, the possibility of there being something along the lines of possible early DS games, perhaps, because that also ties into some thoughts as to this new controller patent that there were some whisperings about. I had a couple of thoughts on this. One is the possibility that there could be a Game Boy style controller, but we already have the NES one, which has effectively the same buttons. However, if we're going to be doing if Nintendo's going to be doing GBA stuff, if they extend the library to Game Boy stuff, then they'd need something with shoulder buttons. So that's it could be a possible new controller for that. I don't know. Then you've also got the possibility of, if it's the N64 library that's getting brought in, a N64 Switch controller, which is it's just the mental image of that for me, picking up an N64 shaped controller but not having the cable on it, and just like wondering how that's going to feel in the hand, and whether they'll integrate Rumble into the whole thing, if they can like shrink the circuit board or whatever. So that's a very interesting potential proposition. Also, again, on top of that, with the concept of possibly doing DS games on the Switch, one thought that I did have was the possibility of Nintendo doing a second screen controller. So you would basically have a second screen, and then you would attach your Joy-Cons to the side of it. So you would have something very much like the original Switch tablet, probably a smaller... Ooh, we're starting. I'll just quickly finish up. Probably a smaller one, but it's like a smaller screen with your Switch Joy-Cons, but like the Wii U gamepad. Good lord, that's loud. How loud was that? I can't really tell. Crank it up? Okay. Hang on. Where is the volume? Okay, so this is probably... Oh, wait. No, this is something different. What is this? Hello. How's the volume for the video now? Is it too loud? Am I coming through still? I can't really tell too well. I don't usually use the desktop audio. Ah, DLC. Volume good. Excellent. Summer 2022. So we are getting some 2022 stuff. That's good. That pleases my little Zelda heart. How many do I have? 30 hearts?
Hello everyone, I'm Yoshiaki Koizumi, and I'll be your guide for today's Nintendo Direct.
I didn't realize...
What you just saw was the first trailer for Monster Hunter Rise, Sunbreak, the massive expansion for Monster Hunter Rise.
Massive expansion.
Our friends at Capcom are working on many new elements that will enhance the experience for players of Monster Hunter Rise, including new stories, locales, monsters, and, although not touched on in the trailer, new hunting actions and quest rank.
I haven't played much Monster Hunter.
Sunbreak is scheduled to release as paid DLC in summer 2022. Please stay tuned for more information in the future. Alright, let's see our first batch of Nintendo Switch headlines.
So they didn't open with Smash this time.
Party during the day or at night. It's almost time to party in the Mario Party Superstars game. Along with Spaceland and Peach's birthday cake, several other boards.
Oh, nice. So DLC then.
Woods, but watch out for those Monty moles. They'll change.
Well, this is nostalgic.
Travel between two islands and Yoshi's tropical island. Toadette's got the star, but she might swap places with Bowser at the last second.
I don't think we played much Mario Party, now that I think of it. I think we mostly played Smash. Mataru and I.
It'll swipe stars from unsuspecting players. Need a break from boards? Head to Mount Minigames and play in minigame-only courses. Compete against players worldwide for the longest win streak in survival. Or work together in the cooperative multiplayer tag match. Mount Minigames will have 7 courses available. All boards and minigames support online play. So invite family, friends, and frenemies, and get ready for the party of a lifetime. Mario Party Superstars launches on the Nintendo Switch system October 29th. Pre-orders are available now on Nintendo eShop.
Ah, yes. Nintendo eShop.
In the cards.
Welcome to Voice of Cards.
At the Queen's behest, you'll set off on a fantastical journey to slay
Huh.
a fearsome dragon for honor and fortune.
This looks
Everything in this
interesting.
realm is represented as cards, from the protagonists to shops, towns, and environments. In this fresh take on tabletop RPGs, you'll square off in turn-based card battles where your skills and a little bit of luck will determine the victor.
I'm not normally a fan of deck building games, but this actually looks interesting.
A spellbinding experience from the creative minds of Yoko Taro and Yosuke Saito is about to unfold. Voice of Cards, The Isle Dragon Roars.
Oh
launches
crap,
on
I
Nintendo
bumped the
Switch
table.
October
The
28th.
kingdom's
Pre-orders and
doomed.
A free demo will be available today on Nintendo eShop. Become a hero or an absolute disaster of a human being.
Too late.
You awaken in a hotel room in the city of Revachol, devoid of your memories. Soon, you learn that you're a detective and get entangled in a strange murder case in the groundbreaking role-playing adventure Disco Elysium: The Final Cut. As you interrogate people and uncover clues, internal dialogues will begin. To investigate, you'll need the help of the 24 skills living within you. Your behaviors and available choices will change depending on how you develop these skills, directly impacting how the story progresses.
I'd heard a lot about this game, but I've never actually like watched any gameplay of
What
it.
sort of detective will you become? Disco Elysium: The Final Cut launches digitally on Nintendo Switch October 12th. The physical version of the game will launch early 2022. Pre-orders for the digital version
Nintendo's
begin
Witch,
today
huh?
on Nintendo eShop. Uncover more stories in Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity.
Ah, yes, this will be interesting. I wonder if any of this will be sort of set post-game. Aww. Look at the baby.
It seems I owe him as well.
The King of Hyrule must not fall!
You know, you're pretty good for a little kid.
We'd better partner up on this, don't you think?
Oh. They weren't harm. These captions. Interesting. More timeline splits?
Take that!
Oh no.
Ready, set, Chocobo! Start your engines and get set for a new racing experience. Race as familiar Final Fantasy characters like Chocobo and Gilgamesh to be the first across the finish line. Edge out the competition by using drift boost to cut corners. Magical
Cutting
stones
corners is
called
bad,
Magicites
kids.
Are contained inside items. Collect these throughout courses to cast magic like fire and arrow to blast away opponents. Acquire Magicites of the same
Chocobo
color to
cart.
cast even more powerful spells.
Wait, no. Chocobo Kong
Each
Racing.
racer also has a special ability. Use it at the right time to turn
Because
it
only Diddy Kong Racing did the progressive power-ups.
Engine customization options will be available, as well as local and online multiplayer. Up to 64 players can compete in a bracket-style tournament to determine the racing champion. Chocobo GP races exclusively onto Nintendo Switch next year.
What did you think? Before we show you our next video, we have some news about the last fighter for the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate game.
Okay. Drum roll,
Mr.
please.
Sakurai, the game's director, will reveal
There will be
this
no
fighter in the
final
Mr. Sakurai
character.
Presents video on October 5th.
Oh. Okay then.
He'll also show you how to use this fighter, so please look forward to it. It's been about 3 years since the game was released. This will be the last presentation about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I hope you'll check it out.
And then we're moving on to Super Smash Bros.
Please
next.
take a look at this.
Ah, yes. Game footage not final. Here we go. So we are getting some Splatoon 3 stuff. Yes? Maybe? If I'm reading that art style correctly. No? Oh! Yes, this is the thing. I saw the text. It reminded me of Splatoon's text. I don't know why. Kirby! Yes! You know what we need? We need a new Kirby's Dream Course. Okay, this is interesting. This is actually somewhere it's linear full 3D. So sort of like Mario, the more recent Mario Mario 3D World. This looks really fun. Oh, nice. Do we have a release date? Spring 2022.
That was the trailer for Kirby and the Forgotten Land. In this new game, you can freely move around in 3D areas using familiar Kirby moves. The setting also appears to be mysterious, filled with abandoned structures from a past civilization. What lies in store for Kirby? The
Planet
game is
of the
scheduled to
Kirby.
release in spring 2022. We hope you'll look forward to Kirby's new adventure. Next, we have this to show you. Please take a look. Since its launch in 2020, the Animal Crossing New Horizons game has been enjoyed by many players around the world. New free content will arrive in November.
Ooh, free.
In preparation for its release, we will be airing an Animal Crossing New Horizons Direct in October. In it, we'll go over the content in more detail. Please be on the lookout for the air date of this presentation.
The other news is there is no news,
Let's
which
move
is
on
good
to more
news.
Nintendo Switch headlines.
2 games, 1 game update, and lots of fun. For More free content is coming to the Mario Golf Super Rush game. Koopa
Still
Troopa
haven't
enters
played
the
that.
fairway as a playable character. Dish out tricky shots and dashes to mess with the competition. Ninja will also be playable. Take advantage of Ninja's blinding speed to outpace opponents. 2 courses are also being added. These additions will come swinging in as a free software update later today.
Wah.
What's this? An invitation. You're invited to live in a magical world with Mickey Mouse and dozens of Disney characters. Spend time with Disney friends, craft your own whimsical costumes and furniture, and explore delightful Disney-themed worlds. All downloadable content from the original Nintendo 3DS version is included. Disney Magical World 2 Enchanted Edition soars onto Nintendo Switch this holiday.
Looks a little low
The
effort.
beloved Star Wars game is coming to Nintendo Switch. Blast off
Ooh.
to captivating planets and join forces with Jedi, droids, and outcasts in this blend of action, role-playing, and adventure. Will you use the
Yes.
Force for good, or will you be lured to the dark side? Your choices determine the galaxy's fate in Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, launching on Nintendo Switch November 11th. Pre-orders begin today on Nintendo eShop. There's one thing you must always remember. Stay human.
No.
Is the city, humanity's last stronghold against a virus that turns people into the undead. In the cloud version of Dying Light 2 Stay Human, you'll need to master both parkour and tactical combat to survive in this brutal open-world action RPG. Explore alone, or with up to 3 other players in online co-op as you unravel the dark secrets of those in power during the day. Then plunder the layers of the infected at night. Your decisions will shape the story, but they'll also have consequences. No matter where your actions lead you, there's one thing you must always remember. Stay human. While you're at it, take the prequel on the go in Dying Light Platinum Edition. Scavenge for supplies, craft weapons, and face hordes of the infected in a post-apocalyptic open world. Dying Light 2 Stay Human Cloud version launches on Nintendo Switch February 4th, 2022. A free demo will also launch the same day on Nintendo eShop. Dying Light Platinum Edition comes to Nintendo Switch October 19th. Pre-orders begin today on Nintendo eShop. Utility, morality, or liberty. In Triangle Strategy, a fiery chronicle of war presented in stunning HD 2D.
My apologies.
Your actions will lead you through a riveting story.
High definition, but there's only 2 dimensions of them.
In the end, where will your conviction guide you?
You have gone to the one place I cannot follow.
In response to the survey about the demo released in February of this year, the game has been fine-tuned with a focus on elements that received lots of feedback. These include adjustments to the difficulty, improvements to on-screen visuals, camera angle controls, the ability to review previous dialogue, and streamlined game flow and loading times. More details are now available on Nintendo.com.
Splendid.
Triangle Strategy will launch on Nintendo Switch March 4th, 2022.
Is that actually
Pre-orders
going to be...
begin today on Nintendo eShop.
Is that actually going to be the title? Huh.
You are faced with overwhelming power. Your highest priority should be simply to survive. There may be a very small opportunity to escape. Don't let your guard down.
I got my pre-order in.
Samus Aran, the most powerful bounty hunter in the galaxy, embarks on a new mission to the uncharted planet ZDR. Her objectives? Confirm whether the deadly X-parasite still exists, and figure out why the Emmy research robots in search of it have mysteriously gone dark. Early readings reveal that planet ZDR is divided into multiple environments.
Of course it
Each
is.
with its own elements and organisms. Remnants of the mighty Chozo civilization are also scattered throughout, including evidence that the Chozo may have once called the planet their home. Visit Metroid.Nintendo.com to read Metroid Dread Report Volume 8 for a detailed account of the terrain and life forms you may encounter in the Metroid Dread game. Be sure to view the other Metroid Dread reports there as well. You'll want to prepare yourself for the dangers that lie ahead.
Nah, going in blind.
Dread launches on Nintendo Switch October 8th. Pre-orders are available now on Nintendo eShop.
Blind is the way to go into this. Well,
How was
nearly.
that? Up next, we have news about Nintendo Switch Online. Many people have been using Nintendo Switch Online since it launched in September 2018.
Let's see.
In addition to the current membership, we'll be adding a new membership plan.
Aha, so that was correct.
As a part of this new plan's content,
Okay, so it is N64, which means that controller is probably an N64 controller.
you'll be able to play a collection of Nintendo 64 games. The Nintendo 64 system launched 25 years ago. I think this system gave many players their first 3D gaming experiences, as well as intense 4-player multiplayer action. With Nintendo Switch, up to 4 people can play select
Ooh!
Nintendo 64 games located
Classic
on
Mario
the
Tennis. Yes!
Also, with this new membership plan, in addition to the Nintendo 64 games,
Oh! Hello.
you can play a collection of games from Sega's Genesis system. This means you'll be able to play these classic games whenever and wherever you'd like. The new plan will include all elements of the base Nintendo Switch Online membership, as well as the ability to play the included Nintendo 64 and Genesis games. This is Nintendo Switch Online plus expansion pack. This new membership plan will be added in late October.
Okay, so not that far off.
Of course, you'll still be able to continue using the existing plans. Also, those who have an existing membership plan can change over to the new plan. We'll share more details about this new membership plan at a later time, including the exact release date and pricing information. For now, however, we'd like to announce the games that will be available when it launches. You'll be able to play the Nintendo 64 games shown here, as well as these Genesis games. We'll also continue adding more Nintendo 64 games such as The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask and F-Zero X, as well as other Nintendo 64 and Genesis games going forward.
Banjo-Kazooie!
We've prepared Nintendo 64
Banjo-Kazooie!
controllers to ensure the games can be
I was
played
not
with the
expect-
same style controls
Yes.
from their original releases.
2 of them. Well now.
Both can be used wirelessly.
Well now.
These controllers will be available for purchase by any Nintendo Switch Online member.
Okay.
We hope you
Okay.
look forward to this new membership plan, Nintendo Switch Online plus expansion pack.
I'm very happy about
Let's
this.
see a few more Nintendo Switch headlines.
There's plenty to play in these collections.
I'm so happy that Banjo is
Cyberpunk
gonna be
meets
available.
in this 3-game collection of cult classic RPGs. As a Shadowrunner mercenary, you'll explore a dystopian future where magic has reawakened and fantasy creatures have come back to life. Immersive branching narratives, skill-based character growth, and gripping turn-based tactical combat await in Shadowrun Trilogy, launching on Nintendo Switch next year. The perpetual struggle against Count Dracula continues. Castlevania
Oh,
Advance
nice.
Collection brings together 4 classic Castlevania games with deathly beautiful graphics and hauntingly epic music. The rewind, quick save, and button mapping features will also ramp up your fight against evil. All regional versions of each game, as well as a gallery mode with never before seen artwork, are included. Castlevania Advance Collection launches on Nintendo Switch later today.
Nice. Very nice.
An almighty classic returns.
I'm interested.
The classic Super NES game ActRaiser returns on Nintendo
Huh.
Switch, now remastered in HD. As the Lord of Light and Almighty God, only you can save mankind from the forces of Tanzra, the Lord of Dark. You'll wage war in 2 phases. First, strike down monsters in the side-scrolling action phase to liberate the lands from the grasp of evil. Master swordsmanship and magic to vanquish all who stand in your path. Then, cultivate the lands you've liberated in the world-building creation phase. It's up to you to decide which structures will be destroyed to make way for new ones, creating a flourishing civilization. As you do so, your powers will increase, giving you an edge in both phases. Alternate between the original and rearranged versions of the beloved soundtrack and enjoy brand new music. New stages and new boss battles also await. ActRaiser Renaissance descends onto Nintendo Switch later today.
Nice
New
remaster.
chapter is about to unfold.
Ah, yes. Deltarune Chapter 2. I still need to finish Chapter 1. Oh. Okay then. I didn't realize that was how that was going to happen. This music's pretty good. I like this music. Still need to play the Shin Megami Tensei games. Oh.
How's everything? There are still a few more announcements in today's Nintendo Direct.
Koizumi-san,
Oh, Miyamoto-san. What brings you in?
I wanted to make an announcement, so I was hoping I could step in.
Oh, of course.
Hi everyone, I'm Shigeru Miyamoto. We've previously announced that I have been working with the Hollywood movie studio Illumination and its CEO and producer Chris Meledandri, who are known for movies like Despicable Me and Sing, in making a full-length animated Mario movie for the big screen. Today, I wanted to announce its theatrical release timing. Ta-da!
Okay.
The movie will be released in theaters in holiday 2022. The release date for North America is on December 21st, and we'll be announcing release dates for Japan, Europe, and other regions at a later timing. It'll be a while longer until we can share a glimpse of Mario in action on the big screen. But today, I also wanted to reveal our key cast members who will be voicing Mario and his friends in the movie. First, of course, is Mario, who will be played by Chris.
Okay, not what I expected.
He's so cool. Mario will be talking a lot in the movie. Please look forward to Mario as performed by the very talented Chris-san. Next, Princess Peach will be played by Anya Taylor-Joy. I can't wait to see a very spirited Princess Peach.
Croissant? What?
Mario's little brother, Luigi, will be played by Charlie Day. I'm excited for you to see this timid sibling appear on screen. Bowser will be played by the one and only Jack Black. I'm expecting a monster performance by Jack-san.
Okay, that one I'm happy about.
The comedian Keegan-Michael Key will be playing.
Oh!
I'm looking forward
Go.
to great comedic moments. Even though this is a Mario movie, Donkey Kong will also be making an appearance. He will be played by Seth Rogen. I'm eager to see a humorous Donkey Kong by Seth-san. And of course, Charles Martinet, who has voiced Mario and many more Nintendo characters in our games over the years, is also involved and will be appearing in surprise cameos in the movie.
Waluigi, maybe?
We also have more incredible
Waluigi, maybe?
film to play some of our other beloved characters. That is all I can share with you today about the Mario movie. This is a very collaborative project between Illumination and Nintendo. We've all been coming up with all sorts of ideas, and I myself am enjoying a creative process that is a little bit different from making games. It may be a while until we can share more updates, but I hope you'll look forward to it. Koizumi-san, back to you.
Please look forward to Mario's adventure jumping into the world of motion pictures. Next, we'd like to show you this.
Here we go. Splatoon. Ah. Yeah, Chris Pratt is an interesting choice. The mechs are very interesting. What the? Oh. Okay.
Hello, everyone. I'm a researcher from the Squid Research Lab. I've been meticulously studying the mysterious squids that can transform into humanoid form. What you just saw was the latest research footage from Splatoon 3. Allow me to share a bit of what we know so far. Splatoon 3 takes place in Splatsville. It's known as the city of
No,
Chaos.
Splitsville.
Centered around Splatsville are the Splatlands, a place long inhabited by advanced sea creatures such as squids and octopuses. Buildings spanning several generations are crammed into the city, creating its distinctive culture. In the Splatlands, turf war appears to be a popular activity. Its basic rules are unchanged. 2 4-player teams compete against each other to ink the most area. However, the trend seems to have undergone a major shift, with the existence of new main and special weapons confirmed in the footage. In the latter portion of the footage, we were able to observe activities from Story Mode, the single-player campaign.
Return of the mammalians.
Meaning the reappearance of mammals appears to be the theme of Story Mode this time around. What could this possibly mean in a world where all mammals, except for 2 cats, have vanished?
Except for 2 cats. Just 2.
It appears that there's still a lot to uncover. But we'll continue with our research and keep you updated once more results become available.
Is this like the deep lore?
Splatoon 3.
Is there gonna be like deep lore about these cats?
Updates to come.
Like,
see you next time.
Deep lore.
So, what did you think? Splatoon 3, taking place in a new world, is scheduled to release in 2022. Please look forward to future updates. Okay, this is the last trailer we have to show you today. Please take a look.
Damn it. No Zelda. That's a shame. I had hoped, but... Three cube. There we go.
It seems I'm unfashionably late, but I'm ready to give you everything you want.
Okay, then. Very nice. Ow. Very nice. Not sure why, but I did get some chaos vibes there in that last little section from SA1. Just, you know,
What
little
you just
little
saw
vibes.
was the latest trailer for Bayonetta 3. We announced this game in 2017, and we thank you for your patience. This game will launch next year. We hope you look forward to Bayonetta's new encounters. That's all for today's Nintendo Direct. Thank you for watching.
Well, didn't get everything that I was hoping for, but some very, very nice information there, without a doubt. Okay, so that is that. I am now going to... No additional one last thing. Nope. Which, you know, that makes me a little sad. Just a little sad. Oh well. Let's get my Switch ready. Yeah, no, I was really, really hoping for a bit there, but no such luck. Okay, switch scenes. And did I change the screen I was using for output? I think I did. One sec. Yeah, it was a bit, it was a lot. Actually, let's just go to the file select screen. Okay. So, we are right at the end of the game. Yeah, showering is definitely a good idea. I have very little health left. I should probably do some housekeeping here. Get Link a bit more prepared for this. I really am. Like, I'm not at all surprised that we didn't get any Breath of the Wild 2 news, even though it was what I was really hanging out for. But, you know, it could have been a lot more frustrating. We could have gotten nothing that I was hoping to see. Just realized my camera spun there. It's strange. Like, this time period is not meant to be set that long after Demise got sealed, and yet there's already, like, vines and stuff growing here. The only thing that's really that different is perhaps some weathering on the stone here. But the exterior area looks very similar to the present day state. No other words for me. I am the sole hope for the survival of the land. The danger is overwhelming, but you must persevere. You must save our world. Why is that still shut? Okay, we need an outdoor statue. What do I have in my inventory? No fairies. That can be fixed. Oops. That's one. Pretty sure there's at least one other. And if not, I can leave and come back in. Let's stop this beeping, shall we? Interesting. I've never done that before. I will enjoy. Okay, so it did come back. Scoopy scoop. There we go. Fairy number 2. And fairy number 3. Just need to reset the room. Okay. Now we shall head back to the sky. I'm not sure where I put the amiibo. I haven't really used it, even though I bought it. I will probably end up doing a more sedate, casual playthrough at some point, and I'll probably use it then. I have given some thought to possibly also trying some speedrunning with it at some point, but that is a matter for another time. For the moment, let us continue. I don't remember if there is much that I can actually... Aside from getting more hearts... Oh, I should have checked my map. Why didn't I check my map? Because I don't know if I got any additional goddess cubes or not. My memory is terrible. Definitely not on Skyloft, at least. If I seem a little deflated, it's because I am. I mean, again, expectation versus reality. Let's leave the little remnant be. It's so funny how that just section isn't just now completely gone from up here. Okay, I don't think there's much. I think the side quest is basically just going to give me gratitude crystals, and if I remember correctly, there isn't a reward for that that would be particularly useful for the battle, and I am in need of at least... let's just try it as it is, I guess. Let's see how it all goes. Okay. But yeah, I am very confident, though, that we'll get some Zelda news at the end of the year, because I don't see... I mean, given... See, this is the tricky thing. So, the statement made regarding there being more information, you know, in the upcoming months and so forth, it does make some sense. That it would be like sometime this year, but, you know, not immediately. I am cautiously optimistic that we'll be getting some news at the end of the year. It's a very cute little entry area. Anyway. I'll probably have more thoughts on everything over the course of the rest of the playthrough, but for the time being... I'll try not to be too hyper-focused on upcoming expectations and so forth. Ah, poop. Okay, let's save again. So did this bird statue move then, do you think? Hang on, what did I... Oh, that's right. That was the one that I saved before doing the skip. The Floria skip. Okay. Final boss time. Master Arcade, I have important information for you. Once you enter this portal, my analysis indicates a 0% chance that you will be able to return unless you are able to vanquish your foe. Are you ready to proceed? I'm ready. Understood, Master Arcade. Know that even in the place that lies beyond this portal, I will be with you. And Master, good luck. Thanks. I haven't done this in an age, and given the way I fared against Girahim, there's a good chance I'm gonna mess this up horribly. Ah, so you decided to meet your end in battle after all. It pleases me greatly to see such misplaced valor, human. Take a moment to appreciate your surroundings, for where we stand shall serve as your tomb for eternity. It's actually very pretty. The hate for the gods that has boiled in my veins. You will taste all of it in the bite of my blade. The only question left is how long you will manage to remain standing before I take your life. Try to keep it interesting for me, would you? And when you do fall, know that your world and everything in it is mine to dominate, mine to subjugate, mine to rule. When I finish with you, you can take solace in knowing your friends and kin will soon follow as I wipe out all who oppose me from the face of this world. It's less pretty now. It's a little grim. It won't be long now. At last the almighty power I've sought for millennia. I will take the Triforce for my own. And the world shall be under my foot for eternity. I don't want to be under your stinky feet. Ah, he does 2 swings there. Dang it. He keeps getting in hits before... I mean, I'm doing some damage to him, at least. I'm probably going to die, though. Again, as I say, it's been a while. I've got at most another 16 hearts left. Wait, 18. 3 fairies. 3 sixes. Ah. Ah, my shield broke. Lovely. Oh! Wow, that ended the first phase. Skyward Strike, Demise style. No matter, I've got 6 more hearts left. Whoops. Well, I didn't mean to do that. Do I still have my fairies? No. That's a little annoying. I'm going to have to go and get them back. There we are. Are they here in the past as well? I don't know. No, they are not. I can sit on the stool, though. It's very interesting. There's a great deal of variance of challenge between a lot of different Zelda games. Breath of the Wild, relatively speaking, in many ways, the bosses are a lot easier, but a lot of the enemies overall are more difficult. Ocarina, it's actually... They're not like... The bosses in Ocarina are definitely... more formulaic. Because the AI is a lot simpler. But... And then you've got a lot of other games that present a sort of different kind of challenge in terms of what about the boss makes it difficult. So, let me think here. So Moldorm, for example, is a very, very simple boss. Like, really very, very simple. But the design of the arena makes it a real challenge if you sort of happen to go the wrong direction. Where something like this, the challenge is more down to things like timing and general skill. Let's go through this again. Button mash. I'm ready. And can we skip the boss cutscene? We can. Okay. Ah, crap. Keep trying to jump back out of his way at the last minute, but it really doesn't. Ah. There we go. My reaction times are a little slow. See how many hits I can get in before he actually... That's one fairy down. What time are we at? Ah! Need to backflip, not side hop. Wrong way. This is gonna take a while. Let me try reloading my save. Because I don't remember if it saves over the top of it. Doesn't look like it has. See if I can save my shield for the second phase. Okay. Okay, this is going a bit better. Ah. Jinxed it. Okay. Second phase with all fairies. Now... Ah. Well, that went not so well. No. Oh, I can do that. Aye. Seem to have lost my rhythm. Dang it! I have one more fairy. That's my last fairy, I think. That hit him, though. Freaking thing. Yeah. That's the last one, I think. Ah, piss. Ah. I don't know why, but I seem to get a lot of motion drift. And I'm not sure if it's just because I'm swinging the Joy-Con too much or something else. I just don't know. I should have jumped. Why do I keep jumping forward when I'm not trying to? Okay, phase 2. Not doing as well as last time, but what can you do? Ah! Keeps wandering. Freaking thing. Ah! Stupid thing. Stun locking pain in the ass. Let's try this again. Excuse me. I mean, that wasn't me. Ow. Why? Didn't mean to do that. No. And I missed my opportunity again. Honestly, it's probably partly because I'm playing this sitting down. It's probably not picking up my arm movements as well, but I don't really have the headroom to play this standing up. I mean, I guess I do, but the boom that my camera's on does not do super well. Ah! Like, I try to do some things and then it just completely gets thrown off. Why? Like, why do I get messed up all the time? by the shitty fucking calibration problem. That was straight up. Like, why? Why? Like, I can't even give myself more space. And these controllers are so small. Wait, no. You know what? Fuck it. Ah, you... Like, how can it be so badly off after a couple of swings? I don't get it. Why does he run so slowly when he has his sword out? I don't get it. Like, there are so many things about the control setup that I just don't understand. Like, that should be my neutral position, and yet it just keeps moving. Like, I can't run while I'm locked on. Why is that not possible? And why, oh why? Just why? Like, why is it so badly set up? Like the narrow window. And that. Demise is not a particularly complicated or difficult boss. Unfortunately, he's hampered by the same problem that I have with the Technoblins. In that the nature of his attacks make it very difficult to engage in an enjoyable way with the enemy. And again, my controller is not that high up. Like, I got in a bunch of hits then, and I was barely moving the Joy-Cons at all, and yet it registered a whole bunch of swings. Like, I am having to constantly recenter the Joy-Cons. I mean, at least I don't have to deal with the sensor bar, but still. And it's like, when am I supposed to, like, the lightning RNG? Is horrible. And I don't have time to ready my sword. Come on, give me an... Like, when was I supposed to get the opportunity to attack there? You know, like, you basically have to stun lock him. Which is really, really difficult to do. Oh, I went to continue again. Because of course I did. Whatever. I didn't much care for this boss the first time. not really enjoying it much the second time either. Okay. Truth be told, that wasn't really me trying. Now this should be, the Joy-Con should be centered, and look where it is. Surely the gyroscope can't get jostled that badly. Like, even though Demise's and his tells are quite slow, they're still, like, Link's animations are equally slow. I keep pushing the wrong buttons. Okay. My back is killing me. Although I can at least be amused by his facial expression, I suppose. Ugh. Like, how am I supposed to... Why does it do that? Like, it changes the camera angle when he's doing that, and I can't... Ah! Why won't it let me... Now it'll let me, but... Why? Like, I get it. Motion controls are difficult to program. But Seriously. Ah, I missed. Oh, right, I forgot you have to do it more than once. There's a fake out. Ah, and it still won't let me... You crappy ass piece of programming. Why? Of course I'm having audio issues. Okay, let's try this again. Okay. I keep missing the timing for it. Like, why? Why is it just so... Oh, I see why. Because it only lets you do it because I keep putting my shield up and I'm not intending to. That's the problem. I need some water. Okay. I'm going to unequip my shield for the second phase, I think. I'll try and use it in the first and get rid of it in the second. Excuse me. Let's just completely get rid of the shield. one more, I guess. Ah, you. Ooh. I really don't like the fact that I have to keep watching the same thing over and over again. Like, no, even if I actually do continue, it still makes me go through the thing again. Is it not possible to disable the beeping hard as well? Because that's just irritating. There we go. Woo! Again. Just have to get the rhythm. Oh my word. Controls are still janky, but if you can get a rhythm, that helps a lot. And my audio keeps cutting out, which is very annoying. Extraordinary. You stand as a paragon of your kind, human. You fight like no man or demon I have ever known. Though this is not the end. My hate never perishes. It is born anew in a cycle with no end. I will rise again. Those like you, those who share the blood of the goddess and the spirit of the hero, they are eternally bound to this curse. An incarnation of my hatred shall ever follow your kind, dooming them to wander a blood-soaked sea of darkness for all time. Kind of a primordial force type deal. Now, time to turn on the Hoover function of the Master Sword. I've confirmed the eradication of the Demon King. His residual consciousness has been absorbed into the Master Sword and is now sealed away. You have done well, Arcaith. Only died a few times, but you know. Whatever. It's cool. Arcaith. Thank you. I think it's over. Finally, it's all over. Got some bad news for you on that front. Nice going, you two. You guys were totally amazing in this little adventure I like to call The Legend of Groose. That's a little joke. Joke or not, your contributions to our efforts were heroic. You have my thanks. Oh, well, you know, just glad I could make myself useful. I'm happy things turned out okay. Hey, so things look pretty sewn up here. What do you say, guys? Ready to head back to our own time? Granny was really worried about you two. We don't want to keep the old girl in suspense too long. He still hasn't made that connection yet. Hylia, Your Grace. Or perhaps you prefer Zelda. It pleases me to know you are safe. Master, I must speak with you. Master Arcaith, you have successfully protected the Goddess Reborn and defeated Demise, fulfilling your role as the hero of legend. My purpose here is complete. Therefore, I ask you to dissolve our arrangement as master and servant. Drive the sword into the pedestal before you, and I will return to the sword to enter a sleep without end. Master, you have achieved the purpose you were chosen to fulfill. Please set the sword in the pedestal and bring the goddess's mission to an end. Now, Master, it is time to conclude our necessary companionship. And there we go. Arcaith. Arcaith, hear me. My purpose was to obey the command of the goddess and lead you, the chosen hero of this land, on your quest. When I first awoke and began this task, I perceived it as merely serving my function as a servant to her grace. However, I have come to consider the information corresponding to our time together among the most precious data I have on record. Data. I do not have the capability to fully understand the human spirit, Arcaith. But now at the end of my journey with you, as I prepare to sleep within the Master Sword forever, I experience a feeling I am unable to identify. I lack sufficient data to be sure of my conclusion, but I believe this feeling correlates closest to what you people call happiness. Our partnership is at an end, and even as we speak, I feel my consciousness fading away. Before I enter the sleep that calls me to the sword, I wish to relay you to words that I recorded many times over the course of our journey. Many have said them to you thus far, but I now wish to say them for myself. Thank you, Master Arcaith. May we meet again in another life. What? Impa, why? Come with us. Zelda, your grace, you possess memories of the goddess. You must understand why that is not possible. I am a being of this age. My place is here. I know that, but you must return to your own time. I will take care of the gate once you have passed through. I can't do that. You and I have been through so much together. I don't want to leave you alone. Please, Impa, come back with us. Zelda, at the command of the goddess, I passed through the gate of time. I did so to protect you and aid the fight to prevent the world's destruction. The last remnants of demise are decaying slowly within the sword. Someone must stay behind to watch over this blade. His spirit must not reawaken. He must never be allowed to threaten the world again. This is the nature of the task given to my tribe. As a member of the Sheikah, the goddess's chosen guardians, I gladly welcome this duty. Zelda, I shall watch over the Triforce. Its power is too great to leave in the grasp of man. Dependence on its might is an invitation to disaster. When it has served its purpose, it must be secreted away to lie dormant once again, the knowledge of its existence hidden from mortal history. These are the words the goddess spoke to me long ago. I remember them well, as do you, I'm sure. Do not despair, Zelda. You and I will surely meet again someday. because she's the old lady. It's a secret to everybody. See? I told you we'd meet again. Impa, thank you. Thank you for everything. There it is. It's a very aesthetically pleasing design. I very much like the way the Master Sword evolved over time. So, here we are at the credits. My hands are so sore. Well, the closing... I think there might be some additional closing scenes. I forget. Pretty sure there are some additional bits and pieces. Right, here we go. Yeah, Zelda's journey. I do like how much of a time motif they went for with the older Impa's design. How she's got both a pendulum for her hair and a sort of sundial going on with the hood and cloak thing. Skyward Sword, aside from the difficulty with the motion controls, especially in that final battle, is one of my favorite Zelda games. Like, story-wise, it is wonderful. Mr. Fujibayashi did an outstanding job. Just generally speaking, there are just so many wonderful and well thought out plot beats. And I suppose, like, generally speaking as well, like, the entirety of the Zelda series has some really wonderfully put together stories, even the ones that don't necessarily line up perfectly well. Oh, that's... Oh. I never realized. That's the Temple of Time on the other side. Is it? Wait, no. Wait, yes? Maybe? It must be. Which may mean there's more behind it that never gets seen, or something. Maybe the ceiling collapsed or something. I will have to double check that. Have a look at the model. To go back to some of my earlier thoughts, vis-a-vis the next news that we're going to get of the Breath of the Wild sequel. I'm honestly, like, not surprised that we got what we got at the end of it, just because there is this, you know, big event at the end of the year that a lot more people are going to be watching, so it makes the most sense to have that then rather than right now. It's a little like it's disappointing but not upsetting, because I understand why. Because it would also potentially, I suppose, overshadow Metroid Dread to some degree. There's so much quality content coming as well that was shown. So again, I can't really honestly say I'm, you know, 100% disappointed by that. So I'm glad at least that we got something of substance that looks really good in the absence of any sequel news that I was hoping to hear. And again, like, I'm going to be working on this setup somewhat, because the way the camera is positioned relative to everything in the microphone, it all needs shuffled around. Hopefully I'll have a more permanent space for everything soon, because what I've got right now is definitely still temporary. But this game came out at a very interesting time in my life. And in many ways, the remake also came out at a very interesting time in my life. There's just always... There always seem to be these, like, interesting cycles in everything. And the cycle of Demise's curse in the Master Sword is strangely thematically appropriate. The way it fits into everything so well, as like in addition, it explains how similar things are able to happen in Spirit Tracks and Phantom Hourglass. Like, there is always, it creates this ever-present device that Nintendo can use quite effectively. And it does make me wonder what they're going to do with that in the sequel, because clearly there has been some kind of attempt to interrupt that. I can't imagine Gapora coming down on a loft wing. It's really strange, but because like he's so old and the robes he wears aren't exactly great for flying. Link plays and Zelda sings. And on top of the idea that Groose is related to the origin of the Gerudo, I do wonder whether that will be explored any in the sequel at all. Look around us. As a child, I always dreamed of a world below. I wanted to see the surface with my own eyes and feel the land's warm breeze on my skin. I think I want to live here. I always want to feel solid ground beneath my feet, see the clouds above my head, and watch over the Triforce. What about you, Arcaith? What will you do now? I mean, I think that's pretty obvious. We got ourselves a royal lineage to create. The end. Oh boy, my back. I do like that, the way that was done. That's very nice. It's very, very nice. You can play again in hero mode using this save data. Do you want to continue? Yes. Let's save that on the bottom one. Bring it on. So that should have saved it separately, right? Yes, it did. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. I don't know if or when I will pick up hero mode. I definitely need to do a lot of practice off screen if I'm going to be doing that. And, you know, if I want to actually speedrun the game at some point, I need practice. And I need to come to grips with the gyro controls and the drift and so forth. And probably get a better chair for this, because this one has arms, which I can take off, admittedly, but they're not the best for swinging around a sword. Anyway, it has been a pleasure playing this game. The very first live streamed game I have done. I am very much looking forward to continuing to do live streams. I will be streaming different games down the track, obviously. Well, I suppose not necessarily. Some people like to specialize, but I will be streaming additional games in the future. I have a few that I'm quite keen to get a start on at some point. I am probably going to start doing a rotating roster of games. Maybe just one or two, alternating weeks until I'm able to potentially devote more evenings to recording gameplay. hopefully that will be something that will be possible soon. I don't know exactly when that will be, but we'll keep an eye on things as they develop, I suppose. And I'm also planning on doing some pre-recorded content as well at some point when I have time to do that. But that is going to be all for this stream. I have a blistering headache from probably unconsciously gritting my teeth and like clenching my jaw, because that fight has always been a stressful one. I think this is only the second or third time I've actually successfully completed it. I'm glad that I left myself an entire-ish stream to do it, just because of the amount of time that it took up. If I'd continued on with the last stream, I think I probably would have fallen asleep midway through before I actually finished it. So, that being all for now, I hope everyone watching this is having a wonderful time with whatever they're doing, whether that be daytime, nighttime, watching it at work, if you're watching the VOD, or if you're watching it from overseas now. I have the chat on a different screen and my feed there, so I can't actually see my alerts as clearly. Something did pop up on my phone. I will just check that because I think it might have been a Twitch alert. Let me just see what we have here. Nope. Nothing there. Anyway, that is going to be all. This was a bit of a weird stream setup-wise, so there may be some audio issues. I really hope there aren't. But we will just have to see how that goes, I suppose. I really need to prepare more of these things in advance, but I didn't have much time, given that this was sort of sprung on me. Well, the direct was sort of sprung on everyone, I suppose, last minute. So here's hoping that at some point I get all of my stuff together and have it all more streamlined in the future. Thank you again, and have a great whatever. Bye!